watch your Twitch channel quite often. You have a laid-back approach. You're easy to listen to. You provide good analysis of the hands you're playing. You're constantly answering viewer questions. You come off as a guy you might want to have a beer with. Is that fair?
Thank you. Yeah, since I started the stream, there's a couple of ways I could have went with it. And one of the ways you see on Twitch is like this produced reality, right? Where it's like, it's a show. And people are putting on a show. I wanted to go more for an approach that was just like, this is me. This is what my life is. It's like actual reality. And I just try and be completely open and honest about what it's like to be me, trying to get to the highest stakes of tournaments in the world. So yeah, that's the approach I try and take is just be honest with people about who I am.
Jaime, you're broadcasting a lot. 8 hours a day, 8 to 10 tables at a time. Not as much recently because of the World Series of Poker, but you are live often. When and how did you make the decision to become a Twitcher, and what is your goal with that medium long term?
So I dropped out of school around 7.5 months ago because I wanted to pursue poker. Is my passion, and so I kind of just took the leap of faith, and I was like, now's the time to stop hedging and just sort of go for it, right? And something that I wanted to do if I was going to go for poker is I wanted to participate in the industry of poker. I thought that was important to ensure that I could be a long-term part of the game. So that was a goal, and then I found Twitch a couple weeks later, and I saw a couple of broadcasts, and I was like, oh, okay, this looks kind of fun. I think I could do this. So, that goal just fit perfectly, and I started doing it. And once I started, I didn't really stop, and sort of the stream grew from there. So, it was right place, right time, and then after that, it was just a lot of work put in to continue to grow.
You're live in front of anywhere between 2,000 to 10,000 people daily, depending on how deep you run, right? If you're going deep, if you're at a final table, you watch those viewers go up, right?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. It feels really bad when you bust tournaments, and as a poker player, it's like you stop caring about the money so much. But then you start to get those feelings again because you're like, oh man, now the stream's gonna end, right? And all the viewers are gonna drop off. So it's like you have those feelings again where it really matters, if you bust the tournament or not, because it affects things for sure.
Well, let me ask you this then. You're broadcasting to all these people. They're asking you questions. They're constantly keeping your head in the game because you got to answer these questions. Has explaining your moves to the masses improved your overall game?
There's no question. Yeah, absolutely. Before, I would autopilot a lot, which I think a lot of people are guilty of. You'd have Skype open, you'd be browsing the web, and you'd sort of be thinking about other things. It's just not possible with streaming because, it would be, but I always feel like I want to represent myself the best I can to the audience. So yeah, it keeps me very sort of focused and dedicated, as well as make sure that I'm playing a lot of hours. So it forces me to be there because I feel responsible.